Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another reading. And I did actually do a reading or a part 2 for the Scorpio full moon. But I don't know, I just feel as if I'm meant to do another reading in between there. Maybe that reading that I did for the Scorpio full moon is a little bit confronting, and so I feel like maybe it's not quite the right time for it yet. But I will publish it. So what I want to talk about in this reading is actually some of the huge changes that are happening within our masculine archetype. Mars has been traversing through the sign of Pisces for some time now, and it's really at the final degrees of Pisces and about to move into Aries on the 24th of May, I believe. And so this marks like a huge change within the masculine archetype. What I feel is happening when Mars is moving into Aries is that we are really kind of on our own as individuals. It's like at that time we're gonna start to manifest whatever we hold on the inside, whatever timelines, destinies that we have consciously or unconsciously tied ourselves to. It's like the period of introversion is over, and now it's time for us to become who we truly are. And so it's almost as if we're moving into a time of, actually what I'm hearing is like the black mirror. It's like we will be able to see so clearly any shadows that we still hold on the inside, any traumas that we haven't been able to heal or accept. And so I think that for those of you that are willing and kind of eager to do that work, for those of you that are like, yeah, I'm willing to do that, I would love to do that, then this is gonna be like a very brilliant and insightful time. But I also feel like it's a time where it's really important to focus on your path, and not take so much responsibility for the energy of others. That's of course not to say that we shouldn't be willing to help each other and share with others and things like that, but it's something about being really clear about within yourself which kind of feelings belong to you and which feelings and thoughts that are not part of your karma. That's what I'm feeling. And so the final days now of Mars being in Pisces, it's really like holds a very strong death energy within the masculine. It's it's the undoing, I feel, of the masculine. And so I think that there might be a lot of feelings coming to the surface. And the way I feel it is that if you're feeling feelings of anger, annoyance, feeling like you're spread quite thinly, then that might be an indication that you are currently not on the most optimal timeline. And so if you feel those feelings, I would say ask for guidance, ask to be redirected, create space, like some time for yourself to receive any messages that might be there for you. And I think that those will come in now rather quickly. In my own experience, what I also feel happen a lot is that when I get into that angry mode, being annoyed mode, and I choose to kind of let go of that path and not follow through with those drivers, that's when I will fall back into a kind of lower vibration of feeling powerless and maybe even helpless, like I don't know what to do, where to go, like almost kind of desperate. And what I'm actually feeling is that this vibration is like a key at this point in time. It's like the universe is wanting us, is wanting to push us into this vibration, because it's when we are in this vibration, that's when we are almost like on our knees. You know, we're on our knees and we're so receptible to receiving information about new timelines when we reach that state of vulnerability. And so if we ask for guidance in that state, it's like it just comes straight in. Like we become this very, very open channel, because that energy of just vulnerability and powerlessness, it is the energy of the child. You know, it's the energy of the newborn child. And so even though maybe we associate those types of feelings with something bad, it's what I'm getting is that it's like one of the most innocent energies that we can hold right now. So let's pull some oracle cards here. I'm gonna pull from this deck. Wow. Okay, underneath the deck was the Pachamama. And the card that came out was Lightning. But it kind of flew out and it also landed in reverse. So what is this about? I'm just feeling these very, very deep, ancient, like, I don't know if you could imagine the feeling of native people and the feeling of their kind of craft and their spiritual practices. That's the type of feeling I'm feeling. So very, very like, you know, it's like a bass, like a deep drum, almost not audible, but you feel it through your body. So it's something very, very ancient, very, very deep, that I feel is being activated right now. And it might not even be, I think, like I've spoken about quite a lot in my readings, like most people won't be aware of these shifts that are happening now. That's what I'm feeling, because they're happening on such a like deep and dark and even low vibrational level. So most people don't go to those places because in their mind they see them as bad. You know, like I've talked about with this feeling of utter vulnerability, it's just bad. And so we don't ever visit those realms. But I feel like it's within those realms that the change is happening now, that the seeds of the new are beginning to grow. That's what I'm feeling. Ooh, and behind Pachamama was also Ghost Dance. And behind the Ghost Dance was the Heart of the Sky. So I really do feel that it is within these kind of dark realms that there are a lot of kind of gifts and initiations waiting for us. And part of why it's located there is that to go into the dark like that and traverse into these darker realms, we have to have a lot of self-mastery. I think that's why we're tested with the anger thing. You know, that's what I feel. It's like if we feel those feelings of anger and annoyance and just like my way, you know, I'm gonna push it through, I'm gonna hammer through, I'm gonna fuck some shit up, that type of energy is like, that's the type of masculine energy that has been used now to kind of spread ourselves across the world. You know, it's like I feel like humanity has kind of been this almost like a virus. We've just like spread across the earth, the globe, spread everywhere, and we're just like obsessed with moving forward, you know, in this linear way, just spreading across the land. That's that old masculine archetype, and it's just like hellbound on moving forward. It's like no matter what. And so I feel like that's the type of like oil mentality, you know. It's like burning the oil to make us move forward, and so it just feels very, very outdated. It's kind of like the energy of a virus, you know, something that takes over the core of another organism because it doesn't really have its own core, you know. It's not connected to its own core. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just kind of letting whatever comes through now come through, but I haven't really fully digested this information, so I can't necessarily fully explain it and put it into context. That's what I'm feeling right now. So I don't know, hopefully you're able to kind of digest it for yourself and use it, this information, as you see fit. But I trust you to do that. That's why I'm just like letting it come out, kind of. But yeah, let's pull some tarot cards as well here. So there's also something about that, what I just said now, that like the feminine is starting to trust other people enough to actually be truthful and share her deepest, darkest perceptions, you know, of the world and of life. There's really something about that. It's like the voice of the feminine has been muted, you know. It's been like, because there's been this like witch hunt going on, you know. It's like, mute the voice of the feminine, don't let her speak the truth, don't let the feminine ruin kind of the act of the masculine. But now it feels like that power balance is switching, and there are enough masculine energies on earth now that are willing to actually protect the feminine when she is speaking truth. Like, they are able to receive that information and kind of further digest it and understand it and make use of it in a way that benefits them, instead of kind of getting angry and triggered and trying to beat the feminine down because she is making them feel some kind of way. And so it's like, I feel like because there has been a lot of increase in maturity here on earth among certain masculine individuals, the feminine archetype is feeling more, she's feeling like she can trust the masculine more and be more open and speak about things that she would usually just keep to herself because she wouldn't trust that information kind of in the hands of others. That's also what I'm feeling. And so I feel as Mars moves into Aries, there's going to be even more growth within certain groups of the masculine collective. And there's going to be even more kind of pressure on the masculine collective that is not willing to grow at this point in time, but is just kind of running in old pathways, you know, running in old in old pathways. So these people, I feel like they're gonna start being faced with things not going their way, and they're gonna be broken down, because again, that's what the universe wants, is to kind of break us down to this vulnerable child, the feeling of the powerless child, because that's where we are actually willing to really truly receive the upgrades that are coming in for us. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, and the card that comes out is the Nine of Swords. What a fitting depiction of the Nine of Swords, isn't it? Decay. But underneath the deck was the Nine of Pentacles. And so it's like that decay, it leads to this very deep independence, you know, strength. Also, weirdly enough, I cut my finger. I feel like this is kind of relevant actually to the energies, because it's on my left hand. It's like the index finger on my left hand, and I'm left-handed. And so I kind of always felt like I was supposed to be this dark mirror. Like that, I always had those kind of abilities to, you know, I would just speak truth. But like throughout my life, I've always experienced that people actually don't want to hear truth. Like it triggers them, it makes them angry. And so I've always had this fear around, you know, using my dominant hand, like using my left hand, because in the eyes of others it was always too dark, you know, and it made them want to like beat me down. And so I feel like there is a lot of, if you have some kind of similar experience, or if you resonate also with being kind of like a dark mirror or a dark feminine, or someone who is here to see truth, speak truth, then maybe you feel something similar. Maybe you've been going through something similar. Wow, Five of Cups coming out in reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. So I really feel, and then the Six of Cups as well. So I really feel like, I feel the masculine coming back actually. I feel, like I said, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of masculine energies right now really stepping up and just being willing to kind of shed in a way their pride and their ego and their like image in a way, you know, wanting to strive to be a certain image. I feel like that's gonna feel very kind of outdated and just not worth it anymore for many people, and they're gonna start to stand by their feminine, you know, their inner feminine, or whatever that means to you. And so it feels like the masculine coming back, anchoring back into earth, and it's a very healing feeling, I feel, for both the masculine and the feminine. You know, it's a feeling of balance, heart opening, with the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. A lot of heart opening happening within the feminine elements. You know, and these are also the elements of kind of like the new life beginning to manifest and take form, come into being. And so this is it's a very fruitful time. It's a time when you can experience a lot of growth happening to you. I feel like just stay mindful of the different feelings that you're going through, and understand that they are more than just feelings, you know, they are timelines, they are destinies. And so just be mindful what you're choosing for yourself. So take care, guys. I'm gonna end it here. I really hope you're doing good. I wish you all the best through this transit. Bye for now.